There was once a young man named Joseph whose life seemed to move from one hardship to another. He was the beloved son of his father, and the love his father showed him stirred a deep jealousy in the hearts of his brothers. One day, that jealousy turned into something darker. They seized him, stripped him of his robe, and threw him into an empty pit. Then, for 20 pieces of silver, they sold him to passing traders, and Joseph was carried far away to the land of Egypt. In Egypt, Joseph was purchased by an officer named Potiphar. Even though he was far from home, stripped of everything familiar, Joseph worked faithfully. His diligence and quiet wisdom caught his master's attention, and over time Potiphar trusted him with everything he owned. But trouble found him again. A powerful lie was told about Joseph inside that household. He had done nothing wrong, but the accusation was enough. He was thrown into prison. The doors closed behind him, and it seemed as though his life had reached a dead end. Days turned into months, and months into years. Yet even in that dark and forgotten place, Joseph did not lose his faith in God. While in prison, he interpreted the dream of a fellow prisoner, a man who worked in Pharaoh's palace, and told him he would soon be restored to his position. The man was released, just as Joseph said. But once he was free, he forgot all about Joseph. 2 more years passed in silence. Then one night, the ruler of Egypt was disturbed by dreams no one could explain. 7 fat cows devoured by 7 thin ones. 7 full heads of grain swallowed by 7 withered ones. Pharaoh's wisest advisors stood before him with nothing to offer. It was only then that the man from prison finally remembered. "There is a Hebrew in the dungeon," he said. "He told me what my dream meant, and everything happened exactly as he said." Joseph was brought out of the prison, cleaned up, and led before the most powerful man in the world. He listened to Pharaoh's dreams carefully, and then he spoke with calm certainty. The dreams were not 2, they were one message from God. 7 years of great abundance were coming to Egypt, followed by 7 years of devastating famine. And Joseph went further, offering wise counsel: appoint someone to oversee the storing of grain during the years of plenty, so the nation would not be destroyed when the hunger came. Pharaoh sat quietly for a moment. Then he looked at his officials and asked, "Can we find anyone else like this man, one in whom the Spirit of God lives?" No one answered. In that moment, Pharaoh made a decision that no one in the room could have predicted. He pulled the signet ring from his own finger, placed it on Joseph's hand, and appointed him ruler over all of Egypt, second only to the throne itself. In a single day, the prisoner became a prince. Joseph's story is a reminder that the darkest seasons of life do not always signal the end. Sometimes the pit is not a grave, it is simply the road. The same God who was with Joseph in the pit was with him in the prison, and the same God who was with him in the prison walked beside him into the palace, turning what looked like loss into one of the greatest stories of restoration the world has ever known.